I'm not sure what happened, but Facebook just got disconnected. I don't know why it disconnected, but Facebook disconnected and I didn't even notice on time. I don't know what happened. Facebook can be funny sometimes. The YouTube was still on, the Twitter video was still on, but Facebook disconnected. But we're back. Well, where are we? I was talking to the men. You know, for a man, let me give you a little theology into that. Don't make me start on this 100 megabytes in again. Now, when God created a woman out of a man, God was the one who made Eve, right? God made a being, put Bobby, put Nyash, put everything. It was the creator of God. But who gave the name woman? It was God who made man in his own image after his likeness. It was God who made woman. But who named woman? who say, she shall be called woman, for she was made out of a man. Who gave the name? No, it wasn't God. It wasn't God. God created woman, but it wasn't God who gave that name woman. Let me give you a theology. It was Adam. Thank you. God made woman, but man named woman woman. Genesis 2. Let me read from verse 18. Now God has formed out of the ground all the wild animals and the birds and the sky, and he brought them into the man. No, that's not where we're going. Okay. So whatever out of the ground and out of the, okay, from 18. He brought them out to the man to seek what would name them, and whatever the man called each living creature, that was his name. So man gave names to all the livestock and the birds of the sky and the wild animal. But for Adam, no suitable helper was found. So God caused the man to fall into a deep sleep, and while he was sleeping, he took out of the man's ribs and then closed up the place with flesh. Then the Lord God made a woman from the ribs he had taken out of the man and brought it to her. After creation, he brought it to the man. The man said, Genesis 2:23, this is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, for she was taken out of man. It is God who created woman. It is Adam who named her. Hear me, sir. Oga Hitler. Your wife is whatever you called her. I say some things and sometimes it looks good on the outside, but it hurt on the inside for me as a person. Sometimes we wish we know certain things early enough. That is why you will do yourself a lot of good. You can take some things. They didn't come from the place of knowledge, they come from the place of pain. Your wife is whatever you called her. You called her Onirano, she will end up being one eventually. Will you die if you just wake up and just look at your wife and just say, come here, make her sit on your leg, rub her back, call her good names? How blessed am I to have you? I feel like I'm the most fortunate man to have such an amazing woman like you. Appreciate her. Woman get mumu button, and the mumu button are gratitude. That woman will go above and beyond. Woman show her. Woman let you go out loud. Neighbor, you listen. You are not appreciating her because she's perfect. You are not appreciating her because she's the best. You are appreciating her because she's still your wife as at this moment. She can choose not to be. You are appreciating her because you want her to be the best. You are appreciating her because you want to see the best of her. The way you are going to see the best of a woman is gratitude. Gratitude. Don't get too familiar with your wife. Don't let that your stupid bride price get into your head to think that everything a woman does is their job. No, it's not. There are so many wives who don't do what your wife is doing for you. And they have not been in prison. Police has not arrested them. When I had my first daughter, it was through surgery, and I was right there at the theater. Till now, there's a way it still traumatized my mind. It's not a good graphics to see. Right in my face, they were tearing the stomach of this woman open. And she wasn't sleeping. I don't know what the hell they give her. But they put a little, like, there's a curtain that goes from the stomach here up. So she's not seeing it. But I was sitting right beside her. I could see behind the curtain, right in my face. I was holding her hand, and she was. When they cut that thing, the way they have laced some pipe, blood had. Have you seen where they cut cow before? When they are slaughtering Ilea ram. You know when they cut Ilea ram neck, the way blood just go like that. That was how blood was spilling out, and they were putting it. It was going straight into one bucket like that through a pipe. Hell! My heart almost came out of my mouth. And she was still talking. She was asking me, will I be okay? I said, you'll be okay. Shantisha, I said, you'll be fine. I was holding her hand like this, and her hand was going cold. And I'm like, Jesus. You don't know how many things I was thinking. In my head, I was already programming. If this girl die, I go tell him, Mama, what? How will I undo it? Hey, we are in abroad. In my head, she's just as good as dead in my face. What if this surgery didn't go right? What if? The person that they're even cutting is not even feeling tension. She's not even afraid. And I'm supposed to dare to give her moral support. She made the already gone. Moral support. They brought the baby out, and then they started putting the blood back, and then stitched the stomach in less than 15-20 minutes. Oof. They should be making men under compulsion to be witnessing the delivery of their wife in Nigeria. Like, you must be there. All these police say that they have to call a man at his job. Hello, you are waiting to be more Obokuri. No, that's why they are misbehaving. God damn it. Stand there and witness it. Maybe some sanity will start working in your brain. At every birth of any of my children, I will go to the store, buy a precious gift, and just give to her. Thank you. I just buy gifts and just. And there's no easy moment from that moment. I have to just be involved. By the time she had to leave the hospital, you need to see. And that was my first time. I've ran home, decorated the house, bought balloons and all of these things, did a whole this thing, welcome home. When I opened the door and she get, the whole house was in order, tidy, sparkling. The bedroom was, the kitchen was, I've cooked any food that matter. The food is like, what do you want? And don't forget, she can't even eat. And my mind did not even tell me that she can't eat. I was just cooking for no reason. Where I ate my food by myself. But I just want to give her a good ambience. Welcome home. You are such a hero. This. All of those inscriptions was everywhere in our bedroom. Was the whole living room was. You don't give your wife belly 4 times. Not one day did it occur to you to just celebrate her and appreciate her for being your wife or giving you 4 children. I almost ran into controversy this year. In August, it was my ex-wife's birthday. It's August 2nd. And on her birthday, I posted a picture on my personal profile. I posted it on my page. And I wished her happy birthday. And I thank her for, we've been divorced since how many years? 3 years now. 3 years now. And I was thanking her for being such an amazing mother to our children. And I started getting calls. And somebody say, I thought you said you divorced. And I said, yes. And why are you still posting? And I said, are you mad? Is it your posting? We don't have an emotional relationship again. We have 2 kids together. Forget what has transpired. There are certain memories that cannot be erased. When I remember certain moments, in fact, I regret it. As much, it's not love. It's not about her now. But I wish things didn't turn out that way. Because when I remember some times, some moments that we shared together, some hurdles, some moments that we have to be on our knees and pray to God. Like, I'm not that man that can give you faith. I'm the wrongest man to give any woman faith. If you are afraid, I am more afraid. I can fidget. Forget all these big bodies. I'm a jellyfish. One day, one wire spark in the by the meter in my house. Before she wanted to turn and call me, I was already outside. Enike. I'm like, Alaye, run for your life. We are there looking quick. Bo gamana. The day we were going to the embassy to do an interview, US Embassy, 5 a.m. in the morning, I was on my 2 bridge. We're driving down. All of a sudden, I saw this boys with hammer. And he goes, bah! By the window side. This guy threw a heavy punch on my face. And I was like, what's wrong? She was sitting on the other side. 2 other guys were all up on her. She's the one holding, we have a whole big envelope of, supporting documents that we are taking to the embassy. Her handbag was there. She put her handbag on the floor, on the front seat. But she was holding the envelope. Envelope, paper document, we need all these documents at the embassy. I was sitting by the steering, struggling, but these people, they didn't see anything on me. So they focused more on her because she's carrying a handbag and an envelope. 2 men were giving my wife slap, books, bars. One have already picked her bag, picked her phone. We're slapping the crap out of her, hitting her with wood. And they took, one of them has took the envelope. So they want to take her bag on the floor. Oh, she the envelope, so what the bag again. And she turned to me and she said, want to file? Our both passport was inside this envelope. So there's no interview. You can the passport is there. On the tigba. I don't know the kind of power. You see, anybody that told the woman is not powerful lied to you. It means taking him shake in between one. If then she saw that they collected this woman, make anybody like that, she's small, petite, like petite, stretched forth a hand to armed robber that is robbing on the bridge. Police were there, they were running away. Armed robber with weapons stretched forth a hand out of the window and dragged this envelope. Dragged this guy with her 2 hands. What they found, what they envelope the way, and he dragged a man, 2 men. As he was holding the envelope, she cannot defend herself again. They were slapping her. And she held on to this envelope. And you know this, they always want to do a sharp one. They now realize that they are already taking time. So they now left the envelope in her hand and took her handbag and they ran away. If not for her courage, I'll probably not be here today. Today, as I speak to you. Because it means to lose God. She said, believe me, what the big envelope here, the passport. And I said, and she just go, to far boy and mother. To far mother. Oh, by the way, how she did it. It was after the scene when we went to the embassy. Now we got to the embassy, I was picking broken bottles, glass of the window glass that they broke on inside her skin like this. We spent over 15 minutes removing glass from her skin, like they went into her skin. We have to go by the side, look for somebody who bought a face towel, clean the whole thing up, make her face up, like smile. Don't look one out, because if you look one out, then you will start looking out of place. Smile, clean. She's dressed, so she's supposed to go to work from. Clean the whole thing up. But it was at the entrance of the US Embassy ní Water Carrington. Ló ti yá bàtà àwọn kan tó máa ń ya passport níbẹ̀ yẹn, ló ń ya passport, ló ń ṣe photocopy. Ló ti yá slippers kan wọ̀ tá a fi wọ embassy lọ ṣe interview. God's willing, the visa was granted. It was on our way back. I was looking at her and I said, báwo ló ṣe ṣe? When the courage of men fails, that's when the one of women rise. But so many men have killed the momentum of their wife by speaking ill words and negative utterances, never appreciate, never grateful to their wife. Your wife is functioning below capacity. See, you have failed as a man if your wife was better off when she was single than when she was married. If your wife is saying, nígbà tí mo wà single, ìgbà tí mo ṣe wá sísí, mo máa ń ṣe kinní kan, ìgbà tí mo wà sísí nìyẹn, mo máa ń ṣe, and now marriage has become a prison. Then your marriage is of no significant value to her life. So many married women are functioning below capacity because they have a husband that is Hitler. Attitude of gratitude. Your wife is whatever you call her. So if you cannot invest gratitude in her and propel her to come into full capacity of a woman, the strength of woman cannot be replaced with anything. I just got back. See, I was showing you my hand the other time. You see that there's a red spot here. You see this spot? It is because I want to do a show that I just took the plaster of first with this hurting so bad. For like a week now, almost every day I've been they've been punching all my body with injections and all of those things. Listen, it's always drama there. That lady said, you work in healthcare? I said, yes. He said, so what's wrong with you? Just to put that syringe inside my body. Now, riot too. I can't stand it. I can give it though. I can give it, I can't get it. He said, Mr. King, please take it easy, please. Please take it easy. It's not even that serious. I'm like, he's dead serious. What's wrong with you? They have to say, please look away, look away. I'm worse than baby. But if na woman, na me go dey say, kí ló ń ṣe ìwò tí kẹ́ra jù, kí ló ń ṣe ẹ̀gùn. Gba nǹkan tó nígbà kó jẹ́ ká máa lọ. We are mad. We are very mad. We are very mad. If you cannot invest gratitude in your wife, you will reduce her momentum. So many wives now. See, there is no joy in a husband that you put over in your house. That is the day your husband, your wife is saying, we're coming today. They are turning off TV because you are around. You are mad. They should respect you in love, not in fear. And you even be boasting about it among your friends. Ìyàwó mi àwọn òbí dà. Èmi ò gbàgbé rẹ nílé mi. Mi ò gbàgbé rẹ ìyàwó mi. Àwọn ọmọkùnrin èèyàn gbọ́dọ̀ fẹ́ mọ wọn. Torí ẹ̀ ti dàrú. What kind of man are you? If you cannot invest gratitude in your wife will be whatever you call her. Call her blessed. Call her seasonally. Just call her and appreciate her. Tell her what she's doing right. Can't be every time just condemning what she's doing. Condemning everything that she's doing. No. Tell her what she's doing right. Tell her, if your wife have to always tell you, how do I look? Check yourself. Something, you're already missing it. When she's getting dressed, you can't just say, oh God, your daddy. Obìnrin ò dẹ̀ lé bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Wọ́n lè tó yẹn kan fún ní cycle méjì péré ni. wọ́n lose guard gan tó wá kàn fún jẹ wọ́n máa ń sùn lè format ni use it the same way I talk about women. Attitude of God. Don't fall into the error of familiarity that you are getting too used to your family. Parents, this one is very important. Some of you think it is not necessary for you to appreciate your children. Parents, some of you don't know that it's not a thing. You think it's not necessary to appreciate your children. Àwọn kan wà ọmọ wọn ní prayer point wọn. Ọlọ́run ò fún ọlọ́mọ àgbákò tó ń dójú tì ní. Ọmọ ò máa gúnbẹ gúngo ládùúgbò kan máa mẹ́jọ wá bẹ́ẹ̀ lé lójoojúmọ́. And you did not think that you are supposed to just periodically say, son, I'm proud of you. You are doing well. I'm so proud to be your dad. I'm so happy to be your mother. God will forgive my mother. My mother is guilty of this. I know she used to watch my show once in a while. But I don't care. Let's tell her. My mother is guilty of this one. All my primary school days, I will not lie before God. I've never taken first position. Never. But I'm always within third and fifth. Third, fifth. I took second position one time. Just one time. I'm always 3, 4, or 5. In primary 3, second term, I took the 6th position. Ask me how many students we have in our class. My school is a big school. I attended Army Command. You know Army Command? Command primary school, there are 2 types. There is public school, there is private. The one that is for the officers' cadres, that's the one I attended. I attended Command, is a private school. 32 FAB Command Children's School. Over 80 students in a class. I took 6th position. Guess what happened? My mother flogged the hell out of me. For carrying 6th position. It is when I grow older and I think about it and I'm like, Kilo she woman, you know. Every time I came every time I came third, I only came second one time. Then I took my result home, I'll be like 3, 4, or 5. Even when I'm third in 80-something student class, my mother will say, in your Colombe first. She will look at my result like this. All blue. You know, if you are a teacher, you know, if it's blue Bible, that means you are doing well. If it is a red Bible, you need prayer. All blue. My mother will look at it and read English, maths, and then say position. She's not interested to see what you even score in all of those things. She just wants to see English and maths. And then she goes straight down to position. 4th. I am excited because they have celebrated me in school. They will call us out first 10. They will celebrate us. They will clap for us. Sometimes they will give us candy. I'm taking that result home. Excited. I'm one of the best students in my class. Can't take that away. I will take the same result home. My mother will look at it. She will read it. Go straight to the position. Go straight to the teacher's remark. You know those days when school was school, the teacher would put a remark. He needs more improvement in science or more improvement in arithmetics. My mother will read that remark, read your scores, and she goes, Kilo ṣe tó rẹ́rìn. Èèyàn kan ló ń gbé first. Àbí? Èèyàn kan ló ń gbé first. This other day, let me see you walk around. Read your book. Maybe if she have invested gratitude in me, maybe I will have become the first position one day. But I promise you, in the name of God, I never carry first position. òun gbé third mi lọ ni. Èèyàn kan ló ń gbé first, èèyàn kan ló yẹ máa gbé third. Ṣé gbogbo á lè gbé first ni? Parents, it is expedient that you appreciate your children. Invest gratitude in your children too. The fact that your parents, some parents can't be wrong. African parents, you can never be wrong. You evidently had an argument with your child over something. The next day you find out that you are actually wrong. Call your child, be responsible. It's an act of responsibility. Go back and say, oh, that thing we argued about yesterday, oh, you were right. Oh, I didn't know. I was actually wrong. Sometimes, do you know how many times my mother has flogged me for what I did not even do, but she did not know. And I later find out that what she's even flogging me for, I didn't do it. And my mother will not even have that simple godliness to say, I am sorry. African parent, she goes, pàtàkì bó ṣe máa ń ṣe náà nìyẹn, báwo lè ṣe fẹ́ gbẹ̀rí ẹ̀ jẹ́, báwo lè pé ó máa ń parọ́ náà, tó ń ránṣẹ́ ní kò dákọ́ mọ́ máa parọ́, káàdùn máa ń sòtọ́ nìsín, nígbà tó yàn máa ti bìlí pé ó ṣe lóòótọ́, kò tó ìdákẹ́ yàn máa parọ́ ni. Don't do that. You can apologize to your children, you will not die. If you are wrong, admit that you are wrong. If they do well, praise them. It does not reduce you. Attitude of gratitude. We will scale through so many years of life if we can just have that attitude. Last but not the least, those who are still single, whether man, whether woman. Yoruba people say, maybe it's Yoruba, maybe it is our boys to survey. Sunday to my dad. Saturday lèèyàn ti máa ń mọ̀. I've heard women say this very many times. Me, I cannot do all those things for a man now. Tí n bá ti marry, say, talk me about it for Casimiro to Femi, I will be doing it. Whatever you did not learn as single, you cannot incorporate as a married woman. Marriage is not a formatting software that configure you into a certain form. It is who you are that you will still be. It is, you see this marriage that you're carrying on your head. Can marry. It is when you marry that you realize that it doesn't make any difference. It's just the same thing. It is still you. It is still a man. Nothing changed. Me, I cannot be idolizing him. I can't be taking care of him. Timbati foko, If you want to fuck me, you know, I could share below my heaven. Meduka, Ure Balen, could die for none. What about that for an talking about the Fukasim lower, my respect here. Sunday tí ó bá dá, Saturday la ti ń mọ̀. What you had today is what you will be when you marry tomorrow. Dating should not be worked out. I have said it many times. Marriage is what you should work out. Dating is for you to see whether it's working or not. So in dating, you should put your A game. You should be in your best form. I don't care how many times they have disappointed you. Shut up with that nonsense story. They've disappointed everybody. Show real disappointment here. Breakfast and everybody to my jet. Ọmọ jẹ́jẹ́ ni mi ò Àbíkẹ́ mi ò lè jẹ kọ́kàn tán o. Mi ò dẹ̀ lẹ́kẹ̀ẹ́ ìbò. Dating is essential for you to see. Dating is nothing. There's no promise to it. There's no commitment to it. Nothing is certain about dating. Nothing says that anybody will end up inevitable with anybody. That's why you should not work out dating. Don't sign a bad deal. Don't put yourself in any contract that you cannot keep. The essence of relationship before marriage is for you to see whether it's working. That is like applying for a job, interviewing for a job. Now you finally got the job, but the job placed you on probationary period. Most jobs, they will hire you and they will say you're on probation for 6 months. Some job, you will be getting your salary, but you are still not entitled to benefits or certain benefits until after your probationary period. In your probationary period, that's what relationship is about. Yes, you have met this man, you found him, he loves you, you have gotten the attention, but he want to see the best of you. So if you now say, I will not be good until you put ring in my hand, no, he will never put. That's how you are changing husband every election. That's how you are changing boyfriend in fact, every election, okay. Every year, one boyfriend. That's why. Put in your best. Forget all those rubbish stories. Ọkùnrin ò deserve ò lè lọ́kàn ó máa pẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Uncle, behave yourself. Have the right attitude now. Every woman marrying a man is taking a risk of committing her future into the custody of a stranger. And you are that stranger. Every woman consenting to marry a man is taking a huge risk of committing her future in the custody of a stranger, which is you. You have to prove beyond reasonable doubt worthy of being trusting their life in your hand. Because you see, if you become an Agbako man, you will make her life miserable too. These women are afraid of committing to you. And little things. You see, why so many women fall into the hand of the man is that they focus on the wrong thing that have no significant importance to their life. A colleague, my duly learned colleague, your attitude, your demeanors are quite repelling. You are dating a girl. You are already turning yourself to Hitler. Where did you go? Where did you come? Who is talking on the back? And why did you come here? Why did you come here? Where? Oh, it's on where? Otin Nilara. Oh, it's on where? Boyfriend, the last one, your girlfriend, in La Garara. Kilo Shele, Olukoso Nieni. And you find joy in that. They are afraid, so they are noting every details. You can't be grateful for little things. A girlfriend that you are not grateful to is a wife you will never appreciate. What will the text message do for you? Will it kill you? Will it stop oxygen from your nose? Will it stop oxygen from you? And women sign, so some of you, it is your foolishness and form of desperation that push you into some nonsense deal, and then you end up getting married, and then you say, God, why? God is saying, why you are new? A man that did not value you while he's dating you, he will murder you if he marry you. Do you hear me? A man that did not appreciate you while you are dating, that's a suicide mission. When he's not entitled to you, he do not appreciate you. Is that when he now feel like he own you? Is that when he will not? No, now. Wrong. Hear this to everyone. Flee from anyone that does not have an heart of gratitude towards you. You deserve it. Hey, it's a two-way thing. No? Behave yourself. Do your best. After doing your best, look out for it. Too. Now, don't ask for it. That's desperation. If you have to ask for somebody to say thank you to you, then what's the essence of the thank you? But flee from anyone that doesn't have any gratitude towards you. It's not because the person is a bad person. It's because he doesn't just value you. And it's just an economic theory. When a product is in a place where the demand is low, is your demand is not there. So don't stay there. Oh my change like law. That's a medical prayer. Cool. Nothing changes a man. That's it for today. Don't make yourself a slave, especially young ladies. Don't make yourself a prey. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. You are with your own eyes signing a bad deal. Man is already treating you like garbage, and you keep going like dog. Ashima melt. Oh my dear. If you are not valued now, you can't get better, you will only get worse. You don't have to debate it, you don't have to argue it. There is not even worth asking for. Once it's asked for, then the value is gone. Move from where you are not valued. There are thousands, there are 1,001 men that are still waiting that they will put you in their head like tank. You are forcing yourself really because of the fear of the unknown, because of the fear of failure, because of what people will say, because of the fear of starting over. Oh, you are putting your head consciously with your two eyes open in a bad deal. It's your fault, though. You don't deserve any other place than where you are celebrated. It's an economic theory. The higher the demand, economic students, the higher the demand, what is that law now? Law of what is that? The higher the demand, the higher the supply. The lower the demand, the lower the supply. Now we now have law of utility, marginal utility and total utility curve. Utility that says the higher the consumption, the lower the satisfaction divide. If you are in a place where there is no demand, your value depreciates. That's why so many women have lost their self-esteem because one man has just talk you down and tell you and define you and tell you how ugly you look and how sort of a bad woman you are, and eventually inevitably leave you. Now you are moving up and down with that condemnation in your head. Don't be afraid to walk away from where you are not being valued. Every woman deserves to be treated with respect, dignity, and value. If any of it is missing, you don't belong there. Keep it moving. That's all for today. I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Tomorrow we're going to have a question and answer. I promise you. Tomorrow is Saturday, right? I'm going to be here tomorrow, but it's not on this topic. I'm having a Q&A. That one is just this. It's going to be it's comical. I'm not going to be serious. Okay. We're just chilling. I'm open to any question, personal questions, any question. I don't care. We just have a Q&A sections for 1 hour. It's 60 minutes, intense. Any question, bring your questions. I don't care what question is it. If I don't know it, I will tell you I don't know it. Somebody else will know it. Abikola Shewa said that babe no book die. She's a bit die. She's too smart. It's an embodiment of brain. To that person, they'll be there. Follow on dancing. Tomorrow I will be here by 1:00. Tomorrow, 1:00 tomorrow. 1:00 Eastern time. That will be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in Nigeria, and that will be 6 p.m. in the United Kingdom. If you are not in any of those places, apply that to your own time zone. Because if you are in Australia, I don't know your time. If you are in Dubai, I don't know your time. Follow sure and will be here. Abike she's too brained. Obiago is mommy Josh. That man no Bible like hardcover. No Bible like a brighter grammar. So on Tuesday, we are going to continue this series of Beatitude, and we will take another attitude. Another attitude that adds beauty and color and comfort to your life. It is called patience. 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 Many great things have slipped off in the hands of people. You have struggled to have it. You finally grab it, but patience lost it. So many people are at the corridor of breakthrough, but patience made them lost it. Patience. Patience is not how long you wait. Patience is your attitude while waiting. You know, we are talking about attitude. Patience is not, wow, so many wives. You married your husband from your uncle beginning when you have nothing. Until you two, you have nothing that time. So there's no point talking that my husband have nothing when I married him. You two, you were nothing when you married him. Okay, now you stick with this man. God has blessed him. We will not hear word again. Every little thing. Bad attitude. Patience is not how long you wait. It's your attitude while waiting. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been such a huge time with you guys tonight. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'll see you tomorrow, and then we're going to continue the series of Beatitude on Monday. Thank you. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.